that this be testing treatment should be present in all the wards, the 260 wards in Enugu State. The primary health centers there should be well equipped and make these services available so that our brothers in the remote areas could have access to diagnosis, which is very, very important, because you have to test before treating. And this such a person is positive, he has to commence treatment immediately. And if it is the other way around, that the person is free from viral infection, he should commence vaccination immediately so that we'll be able to have what we call herd immunity, a situation where majority of the people of the states have the immunity against hepatitis B and A. You find out that the remaining few people will be protected by those people who have been vaccinated. And that is why it is also good for us to ensure that we employ professionals, because it is the professionals that will handle this. It's not just a mere test where you can just go and run the screening, hepatitis B screening, and
then maybe you commence treatment.
Once you test positive, a professional, a medical laboratory has to come in to confirm the effectivity of that test. And thank goodness this time around, the vaccines are now being produced from bacteria, unlike before, which it was attenuated. And sometimes when test positive, we now try to confirm if it is a result of vaccination. But this time around, these current vaccines that are available since about 5 or 10 years ago now, is just from bacteria. There's no any fear for anybody getting hepatitis from the vaccines. And in the end, when you take it, you will find that it will prevent the transmission. And also a mother who is pregnant is advised to also carry out screening tests for hepatitis. If it's positive, you should commence treatment. And if negative, also take the vaccines. And there's a policy by World Health Organization in collaboration with World Hepatitis Alliance that any child born should receive this hepatitis B vaccine within 24 hours of birth.
That's interesting.
And that is why it is good for us to reach out to the people who are practicing maternity homes, the traditional birth attendants, educate them on this. So the government has a lot of work to do. And that is why I said we have the tools, but the situation in our hand is that there is no political will for us to drive it. Because a situation where the vaccines should be available and there is no advocacy for people to go and take the vaccine, and the vaccine will be in our primary health centers, and in the end, if I find that, deteriorating and not even so, because we have storage devices anyway that can store it, but expiring without people taking it is not advisable. There should be much advocacy. And we should not only dedicate 28th day of July every year for
awareness around hepatitis.
Because as we are talking now, it's busy spreading. And the only way we can contain this is for us to ensure that we enlighten members of the public what this hepatitis is all about. That it is treatable if it is hepatitis B, it is curable if it is A, C, E, and you cannot get D without C. When you get all this information, it will equip you. And when there is a political will, the government will now have that zeal to ensure that the citizenry are protected.
All right.
At the end, we'll be able to actualize the dream of World Health Organization that stated by year 2030, there will be no new hepatitis B transmission.
So that's the projection.
That is projection.
The year 2030.
And that started.
And this is 2025.
Just barely, I think 9 years ago. We'll have barely 5 years to go. So all these things are what we are advocating, that people should know your status. Go to the nearest laboratory, manned by professionals, run the test, and if it is negative, take the result to the nearest health center and get vaccinated.
Wow. A long list there. We must have to appreciate you, Dr. Ejiofor Mama, for your time in running this national service to educate our people and draw attention towards this very important health matter, hepatitis. So please go out there, have yourself tested. I think it should be free.
It's what we're advocating, that
government
should subsidize this because it has to be integrated into HIV management.
Okay.
Because now testing for this hepatitis, viral hepatitis is not free.
It's not free.
It's not free. It's not free as to the best of my knowledge. It's not free.
But maybe the cost is not, it shouldn't be much.
It shouldn't be much, with average of between, not up to 5,000 depending on the facility. But we are talking, when you go down to the government hospital, it is well subsidized. And that subsidy should also be sustained, and it probably, whatever is done to HIV should be done to hepatitis. Because now HIV is free in all government hospitals, and even the viral load is free.
That is the vaccine against HIV.
No, there's no vaccine against HIV. I'm talking of testing.
Okay, the testing now.
Testing for
is
HIV
free.
Is free in government hospitals. The government, I'm also begging the government, more especially the governor of Enugu State, to ensure that testing on this hepatitis should be free across all the health centers in Enugu State. And not only that, we should also extend our hands to people who test positive. Those people who tested positive should be enrolled, and then just as we are doing for people who are HIV positive, their viral load assay is free of charge. Viral load for people who have hepatitis B and C should also be free. And even the drugs they are taking is free. For people to take this treatment, even from all this non-governmental organization, is very, very expensive. They should have to subsidy so that at the end of the day, people who tested positive will have access to free drug, and in the end, people will now have the ability to come and access.
And that will ultimately make the society a healthy place, because it is said that a healthy people is a wealthy nation. Thank you again, Dr. Ejiofor Mama, for coming to this show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you, sir. So there, viewer, that's the much we'll give you on today's edition on the arena on Aneke TV. Keep watching Aneke TV. Go get tested, get yourself treated, get yourself cured. Stay away from, predisposing factors. My name is Chris Aneke. Bye for now.
Very good morning to you, and welcome to our Aneke Sports, reaching you live from Enugu Coast City. My name is Gideon Iweke. We have so much to talk about today. Our boys actually made us proud in the just concluded African Tennis Championship that took place at Mobolaji Stadium Sports Center in Lagos. They made us proud. Unfortunately, our girls did not, but we are going to give you details of that particular championship. And also, the last has not been heard about the aftermath of the African Nations Cup's Formula, who has won award from the Super Falcons. And we'll also look at the Afro basketball. Nigeria, Coast, Mali, and Uganda, they will be waiting for their foes when the playoff today. I have my colleague here joining me, Happiness Ajibo. Good morning.
Good morning, Gideon. And what's up, sports lovers? This is your Power Pack, Global Sports, and we see Joao Felix back in the spotlight with moves that is tearing up Europe. We're also going to see Chan and Zanzibar with a lot of new...
Show starts in earnest. All right, welcome back to the show. So if you are just joining us, know that it is Aneke Sports reaching you live from Aneke TV, Africa School Sports happening live in Alnaba, Algeria. Now, they participated in 2 games yesterday where they won silver. One is badminton and the other one is 3x3 basketball. In badminton, Nigeria featured against Algeria. Fortunately, they lost to the host, winning silver, which also some people said this is the first time, and is a wake-up call. Their medal account with silver is actually a good one. It's just the beginning of the game. They also have track and field, to compete in, and I believe they're going to do well. Then later that yesterday, we won silver in that one. But I'm expecting them to pull up some good medals maybe when they enter into other games. So let's see how it pans out. But we saw so for sure we've gotten 2 medals. So we are still counting because we have other events and then organize more school sports to harness quality the tournament. Your guess is as good as mine. This is somebody that scored I think 2 goals and made a lot of assists. In fact, one of the goals was the one he scored against Morocco in the finals. So the winning goal that gave us the trophy, I think he should be in a better position to win because it was a heartbreaking moment seeing Nigeria down in first half and then coming into the second half tournament. It's also good for Estu Koronkwo, who has written his name in Sands of Time. Well, so far history of women football is concerned in Africa.
Yes, I would also want to say something about that because she actually played had like so many assists in the quarterfinals, so she deserved to be the fan player of the year for that particular competition. So it's well deserved. All
right. Some people will ask, how did this happen? How did they give the award? It was keenly contested. You can't imagine the names of the nominees that popped up. Rashida Ajibade is there. Ashley Prompteg is there. Chinwendu scored the only goal, I think, in Botswana. So these are quality names that popped out. And